In 2013, at age 55, I had a heart attack. I have a family history of heart disease. I have a younger brother who died at age 44 suddenly. I became much more aware of cardiovascular disease through my own experience, and that led me to get involved with the American Heart Association.
One of my friends, who had been my doctor for years, told me that he saw something funny on my echo, and he thought that I should probably see a cardiologist. My grandfather died of a heart attack, so I thought, well, maybe I need to go in and see the doctor. So I went to a cardiologist, and I thought I was good. However, about 3 years later, I collapsed with a major cardiac event called a widowmaker.
Heart disease can affect anyone. I mean, I deal a lot with congenital heart disease, so I see it all the way from birth to death.
You know, I'm in an executive role within healthcare, and business is booming. But the reality of it is we're often giving care to people who could have been avoided and prevented. We have to do something radically different, and it has to, in my personal opinion, work in prevention.
I think the American Heart Association is great because it does involve the community. It does a great job of trying to educate the lay people so that everyone is a healthcare provider. Everyone is responsible for taking care of people with heart disease. We're going to impact the people that we are closest to. It's not their doctor that they're going to listen to. It's their family member, it's their spouse, it's their best friend, it's their next door neighbor that went through the same thing. And doctors can't see everybody. So I think that's why it's so important for the American Heart Association to be involved in the community, and I think they do a fabulous job of that.
We know that if we can educate, we will lead people to early detection and therefore leading them to prevention. And I think that's a key role that the American Heart Association plays in partnership with the hospitals, but maybe better at it sometimes than even the people providing the acute care on the front lines.
Being accountable for our own health as well as the health of our family and friends is a great start. I think people tend to want to do what's comfortable, tend to have habits. So I think it all goes back to changing habits. It's hard to get people to change habits they've had for 50 years, but every little thing that people do makes a difference.
Through minor changes and through major research through the Heart Association, there's a lot that can be done to make everyone in Mississippi's life expectancy a lot longer. Some of the cutting edge things that were done which helped save me were the result of research that had been funded through the American Heart Association.
The American Heart Association is intimately involved in research for the prevention of heart disease and the treatment of heart disease.
Without the AHA, we wouldn't be where we are today. Because of the research that is funded for decades, the advancement in cardiovascular care that helped me specifically and millions of other people. Obviously, there's a lot of work left to do.
My grandfather, I never got to enjoy him as a teenager because he had a heart attack. And I would love to see my kids, my grandkids, have the benefit of a longer life expectancy through better heart health. I think we can get there.
I certainly hope the work I do will impact my family, my son and his family, my grandson, granddaughter. I would like to see, when they're my age, that they don't have to worry about cardiovascular disease as we do now.
What would be great is if the 20th century was the time when heart disease was the highest ever, and the 21st century saw that heart disease was no longer the most common cause of death in the United States.
You know, I think if we had it my way in 40 years, maybe I wouldn't have a job in this space.
It's important to me to give back, to contribute. I tell myself I'm still here for a reason. And I think part of that reason is because of the opportunity to give back.
I think Mississippians are great at delivering care to others and how we look after each other, not only our families, but our friends and our neighbors, both in healthcare and in our neighborhoods.
If you're looking for an example of what the Heart Association can do, look no farther than me.